Okay, I'm back. What's up, YouTube? Your boy Eisender's Tactical, back with a video. Y'all seen the thumbnail? Straight to the point, pretty simple, straightforward, man. I was just watching this guy. I follow this dude named Michigan Dad. Pretty cool dude. He's a PE teacher, lives in Michigan, hence Michigan Dad. Uh, by the way, YouTube, I'm in a safe control environment. These guns have all been safety checked. There's no ammo in them. We'll get around to that in a second. However, safe control environment, left, right, up, down, everything's cool, no kids around. um yeah, so I was watching Michigan Dad, and he did a little video on should you, I don't know what his title was, but it basically is like, should you rotate your EDC? And he had a really good video on that. I'm not going to go into it, but you can go to his channel, Michigan Dad, and check out his video on it. I just thought, let me do my little version on this. If you're watching this, Michigan Dad, y'all got my boys Fresno State Bulldogs coming in for college football. So my buddy's nephew plays for Fresno State. So I saw on Facebook they were down in Ann Arbor, down there getting ready for the game today. So go Bulldogs. But anyway, man, yeah, man, should you know, rotating EDCs is the topic today. Rotating EDCs. Do you guys rotate your EDC, and what are your EDCs you rotate? We're gonna get into what I do right now, but let's go ahead and do the safety check first, because everybody's, you know, just got to do it. Glock 23 Gen 3. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure it's show clear. There's nothing in the pipe right there. You can see empty, empty. No mag in there. This mag right here does have rounds in it, but we won't be putting it in there. Okay, so Glock 23 clear. Glock 19. Go ahead and safety check this one. As you can see, nothing in there, no rounds, nothing down there, no magazine. This is a clear weapon, YouTube. Okay. All right. Not even going to do the firing part. All right. So Glock 19, Glock 23, these are my EDCs all year round. It doesn't change. Exact same setup. Tier 1 concealed holsters. This is the Modern Samurai Project holster. This is the one. This basically works off of this light. Any light you have can fit, your gun can fit inside of here, okay? That's the reasoning behind that. Tier 1 concealed quick ship Axis Elite holster. This works off of this TLR 7 Alpha light. So this holds the Glock 19, the Glock 23, the Glock 34, and the Glock 17, okay? But you gotta have a light on that. This one could hold any of my Glocks as long as I have the light on it, period. Doesn't matter if it's full size, compact, or sub. All right, so Glock 19, Glock 23, been carrying, the Glock 19 is right here. I've been carrying that for quite a while. That's my original first Glock I bought. Then I got the 23 right behind it, and I never really looked back. I like carrying 40 cal. I don't want to get into some shootout with some goon, and 40 Smith & Wesson, it's a good stopper. Not saying 9mm can't, but a lot of these guys be high on drugs and stuff like that, and there's too much testimony of people taking shots from 9mm and still coming at you. Not too much testimony of people coming at you after you put a 40 Smith & Wesson inside of them, or a 45 ACP. You just don't see many videos of people saying, man, I got shot in the chest with a 45 ACP, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm glad to be alive. You never heard that testimony ever. You never heard that. Now, you heard that from 9mm, but you ain't never heard that from no 40 Smith & Wesson or no 45 ACP. Oh, no, sir. You don't hear those testimonies. What you hear is from the person's family members, like, man, his chest was blown out. That's what you hear. So that's my reasoning behind it. However, I like the 9 because it's, you know, a little lighter, you know, less recoil, so to speak, amongst if you were gonna have to, you know, activate this and use it to protect yourself. Yeah, you know, you can get faster shots on down range because it's lighter recoil. This is nothing but more than just training. Not very bad recoil, but of course, you know, the 9mm is a little softer shooter. You know, that's a fact. That's not my opinion. So yeah, so that's the reasoning behind that. Now, I don't really rotate any other firearms in my EDC. Now, I do carry my Glock 29 with me when I'm in the house, like especially on like weekends, hanging around the house, watching football, sports, whatever. This is really always on me. And again, I don't want to get in no big funky shootout with nobody. So 10 millimeter, yeah, 10 millimeter, you ain't got to worry about that. You know, you put a couple of these in soft tissue, they stop coming at you. So that's my theory behind my EDCs. Now I understand people live in different parts of the country, different weather, and you know, maybe that might dictate why you would, you know, rock a certain firearm or whatever it may be. Because I know if you live in a cold weather state where you get cold weather, you probably can go outside waistbands with a jacket or a parker on or some kind of, you know, flannel shirt and hanging over your firearm. No one never would know that you have a firearm on your outside waistband. And that's something that I would probably do if I live in a cold weather state. I wouldn't probably conceal carry as much in the winter months because you're gonna be having big coats and jackets on, so you probably can get away with strong side outside waistband, but being covered with a jacket or some kind of cloth, you know, a shirt or something like that. But me living in San Diego, it's always warm and always hot, so you know you tend to want to have a, I don't know, like for me, I just figure, what's the point of rotating when the weather never rotates? You know what I'm saying? The weather doesn't really change down here. We get a little bit of rain every now and then. And when we say rain, it ain't nothing like anywhere else in the country. Our rain is just like, it'll come. You might get hit hard like a couple of weeks, and that's about it. And then it goes right back to 80, 90 degrees. So, I don't know. And so that's why we have all the beltless receivers and stuff like that to wear so you can wear with joggers and shorts. I mean, most people live in San Diego don't even wear jeans that much unless they work with their hands out in the public, you know, construction. If you're at work, yeah, you got pants on and jeans. But when you're just cruising around town doing what you're doing, San Diego, most folks, they always wearing flip-flops and shorts and T-shirts. So that's why I like to conceal carry, because that keeps the gun in front of me, not on my strong side. So if I bend over or something, I don't know if the shirt going to pull up on me and then it can expose my firearm. Whereas if it's in front of me, that's not going to happen at all. And just the mere fact that the firearm's in front of you, you can't be taken off of your strong side or your back side. And that's one of the reasons why I like, you know, carrying it. I got a wedge on this one. Um, but yeah, that's so I pretty much carry the same firearms now. Now, if I move to another state, maybe I would look into, like, you know, carrying, you know, different firearms. But for the most part, these two are going to be my main firearms. Like I said, I bought this Glock 19 way back in like 2009 or something like that, and just never looked back. And then I bought this like a little bit after that, like maybe 2011 or so, and they just seem to work out fine. And I don't have a problem really, you know, I don't know. I don't have no reason to not stop doing what I'm doing. And, you know, I like the fact that when I touch these firearms, when I carry them, and I know they're on me. So they're big enough to make you feel it, but they're small enough and compact enough to conceal it, if that makes any sense. Now, when you get into those little small micro compacts, I heard people say they forgot they had it on them, walking to government buildings and stuff like that, and they didn't realize it. So, you know, that's a good thing that it's super light and you don't know you have it, but that could be a bad thing because you can probably lose it and not know you lost it, you know, so to speak. So that's that's one of the other theories why I like carrying the same firearm, because you're completely familiar with it. Take it to the range. You probably, I mean, I run all the hollow points and stuff through there periodically, make sure they run in functionally correctly. And just familiarity. Like when I pull it out, I can close my eyes and grab my gun and aim it and everything. You know, I don't know what I'm aiming at, but I'm just saying my point is it's all natural. It's all like, you know, instinctive. And so I like that fact that my hand and everything understands what's going on with the firearm when I pull it out and go to, you know, presenting and protecting yourself. You know, you pretty much, you have that muscle memory is what the word I'm looking for with the firearm. And I think sometimes when you rotate, you might like lose your muscle memory a little bit, and it might take you a while, because remember, you're not pulling this out all the time. But so that's why it's important to take your EDCs to the range and practice with them and stuff like that, and also dry fire so you can get super familiar with your firearm, you know, when you deploy it. So, and also the other reason why I chose these two as my carries, I have several options I can carry. I just chose these two. Is, you know, the Glock 19. I ain't got to tell you gun experts. They're basically the same profile. It's the exact same pistol. Just one is just 40 and one is 9mm. And so if I was, if you're gonna carry another caliber, it would be awesome if it was actually the same profile. And so that's what I really enjoy about the Glock 23 and the Glock 19, is that there are both basically the same pistol, just two different calibers, and you really can't beat that. So that's why it was easy to EDC these. Now the Glock 23, you can get conversion barrels and throw 357 SIG in here, or you can throw 9mm in here, and you can just have one firearm and just rotate the barrels for the different caliber. So that's another beautiful part about it. Stand by 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that's the beautiful part about it, that they're both the same profile, everything. And then obviously I just showed you that the holsters are interchangeable, so you don't need two different holsters for two different calibers. So it's just a really good uh, concept that I like, that I kind of stumbled across, but I like both of the guns so much I decided to go ahead and make them to be the EDCs. And like I said, I only got two weapons lights for like all my pistols. They just rotate. I can put either one on each one, put in each different holster. This holster is more versatile than this holster, because this one holds full size, compact, subcompact, everything. This one only holds a certain amount of Glock pistols. Like I said, the 17, 19, 34, 23. But they both are awesome holsters. And that's the other part you have to get familiar with too. And if you change out different pistols, you got to have different holsters and all that kind of stuff. And I just didn't want to get into all that. So again, this is my EDCs, and I don't really rotate. This is just basically those two pistols. And that's pretty much about it, man. So, man, why don't y'all drop some comments in the box? What's your EDC first? What holster you rock? And do you rotate based off the weather? If you live in a warm area like me, do you stay the same all year round? Just a conversation starter piece right here. Just want to hear everybody's opinions and what they do and why they do it. And that's pretty much why I do it, man. Familiarity with the firearms, both the same specs, so to speak. Only thing different is two different calibers. So for me, even when I rotate, it doesn't feel like I rotated. Okay. So anyway, it's your boy Eyes and Ears Tactical, man. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Drop some comments, drop some likes. When you come in, hit the like button, and everybody stay blessed. Peace.